Hey, what up, YouTube? It's RKO Legend Killer 687. Back to do my review for Raw tonight, July 12th, 2010. It was a pretty good show. I don't know if it was good as good as last week's, but it was pretty good. So it's two good Raws, two pretty solid Raws in a row. So hats off to WWE. So let's get started. Sorry. So there was a new, like, when the video package for WWE, it's like which shows all the different superstars and whatnot, and there was like a new one of those, like they replaced some of the older stars with new ones, and then so that was pretty cool. And then a video package from Cena. It shows Cena and Nexus from last week. What happened with them? So Raw kicks off with Cole and King telling us it's now a 6-on-1 handicap match because Darren Young is unable to compete after the beating he took from Cena last week. And so out comes Cena to start the show and talk shit about Sheamus and how he didn't come out and help him last week against Nexus, or like the faces did, like how he and the heels didn't help or whatever. And he talks about how he's going to take the WWE title from Sheamus and at Money in the Bank, and then just some more stupid kid jokes from Cena. And just being stupid. I'm to the point where I can't even listen to him. Cena says at Money in the Bank the champ will be here. Let's hope to hell he's wrong. Then he talks about whooping Darren Young's ass last week and how he was serious when he said he's going to take each and every one of them out. So, like he said, it's 6-on-1 tonight. Then more boos than usual, though, for Cena, which is always good to hear. Then Nexus shows up on stage with really sick T-shirts, or like black with the big like yellow yellow N on the front of their shirts, like they have on their armbands. So it's really sick. It's cool shit right there. They show up, just the six of them tonight. Wade Barrett says tonight Cena's gonna get everything he deserves. And an email comes in and says if any superstar comes to help Cena, they'll be suspended for 90 days, and vice versa with Nexus. Like if they have any help or whatever. And then it said Nexus has to tag in. They can't just be all 6-on-1. So if they don't tag in, they'll be suspended for 90 days. So Cena runs his mouth some more. Wasn't even paying attention to what he said. And we go to commercial. So back from commercial. Eve is at ringside with Cole and King, just looking sexy. Then Alicia Fox comes out, and it's going to be Alicia Fox versus Gail Kim. And that was a short match. Alicia Fox wins with her scissors kick to the backhead. I'm not a big fan of this skinny bitch. I can't stand her. She just pisses me off. Her mannerisms and just just everything she does pisses me off. She's good. She's not bad in the ring. I'll give her that. Actually, she's pretty good in the ring compared to most divas, so, but I can't stand her. So an email comes in and says Eve will get another Divas title match against Alicia Fox. Sorry, I'm watching Orphan. Fucked up movie. Kind of like it, though. But an email comes in and says Eve will get another Divas title match against Alicia Fox at Money in the Bank, so. So another match added to the card. And Cole hypes Edge versus Orton tonight. We go to commercial. And then the handicap match is hyped as well, commercial. Back from commercial, out comes the Hart Dynasty with the beautiful Natalya. And then out come the Usos with Tamina. The 6-man tag match. The crowd is like absolutely dead when the Usos come out. It's really sad. What the crowd is like today compared to what it was back in the day. Fucking idiots. So the Usos and Tamina win in the second short match of the night. Jey Uso hit a huge splash off the top rope for the win on Davey Boy Smith, or David Art Smith. And then they show backstage Y2J talking with Wade Barrett, and saying Jericho said, I knew you're gonna turn out to be like this, like. Made me proud or whatever. It's good shit. Wade Barrett says thank you, appreciate that. So Barrett walks away, and Josh Matthews steps up to Y2J and
It's about to ask him something, and Jericho says no comment and just keeps walking off, which is good. Uh, and then the camera goes back to Wade Barrett, who like runs into Yoshitatsu, and Tatsu, he says like John Cena's my friend in like really shitty English, and the rest of Nexus shows up, and Otunga hits like huge 5 or 6 like huge knees to the stomach, and then Tarver hits him in the back of the head with like a big right hand and drops him. Go to commercial. And back from commercial is a clip of like or DiBiase and Maurice are on their way to the ring, and a clip of DiBiase beating Morrison last week is shown with the help of Maurice. And DiBiase looking pretty fresh in the suit, I must say, with his $1 million belt. And Maurice, man, she looked fine as hell. Mad sexy in his like tiny little skimpy tight brown dress. She's so hot. DiBiase talks about how he's going to win Money in the Bank and cash it in and become the new WWE champion. And he tells Maurice that when he wins, he's going to shower her in gifts. And then out comes John Morrison. Morrison says, like, Ted better think about showering Maurice in gifts because everyone knows the French don't shower. Morrison trying to be funny here. And then Maurice says something to Morrison in French. Morrison like translates it. Some stupid stuff. Wasn't even funny. And Ted cheap shots. Hits Morrison with like a cheap shot of some sort. And then they fight for a bit. And Morrison goes for Starship Pain, but Maurice pulls Ted out of the ring. Morrison landed on his feet, which is pretty nice. So Nexus versus Cena's hyped again. We go to commercial. Back from commercial. Some like parody. It's like a parody of the Brady Bunch intro with like the 6 all like on the screen, like looking up at each other, or whatever. It was like Santino, Goldust, Khali, Regal, Promo, and Doink the Clown, I guess. And then Florence Henderson came in the middle. It was actually kind of funny, at least Santino. Santino's great. And then they had some segment backstage with Florence Henderson, Santino, and Regal. And Regal got slapped by Florence. Just kind of funny. And then just stupid stuff, basically. Money in the Bank is hyped again. And then video package is shown of Edge winning Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania 21. And it shows Edge and winning the WWE title at New Year's Revolution in 2006 for the first time. And then Edge is shown backstage walking in the ring. So it looks like he and Orton was up next. Commercial, back from commercial. Edge to the ring. And Orton comes out next, a big pop. And Edge wins, and I thought it was a really good match for Raw, at least. I think it was 10, 11, 12 minutes, maybe. It was a commercial in between. But I thought it was a good match, good pace, back and forth. Some good spots. And the finish came when Orton was like stalking Edge for an RKO. And Jericho ran down to the ring and distracted Orton. And Edge hit that like Edge-o-matic move from behind where he kind of just drops him like on his back from behind by the head and pinned him for the 3. And then it's cool to see Edge win with a move like that. I haven't seen him use that in a while. And then after the match, Jericho comes to the ring, hits the code breaker on Edge for obviously payback from the spear he got last week. And Jericho turns around to a big RKO from Orton. And then Evan Bourne came out and hit a spinning heel kick on Randy. And then he went for airborne. And then Orton was like halfway across the ring. So I was like, holy shit, this is going to be nuts. And then Orton counters it into probably the sickest RKO I've ever seen. He didn't even really he got up like a little bit, but just caught Bourne as he was finishing his turn in midair, coming down, drops him with an RKO. I actually did like a holy shit. I fucking marked out for a bit. It was fucking nuts. It was definitely a holy shit moment. The crowd loved it. It was good, just really good stuff right there. And Orton was fucking nuts, and I fucking love the guy. He's just awesome. And then backstage they showed Nexus like they destroyed John Morrison, and, for no reason I guess. Morrison ran into Skip Sheffield, but then commercial. So stick around for part 2.